Hello and welcome to my video. So today I will be showing you some varieties of vegetables that are a bit weird or interesting. But the vegetables are probably some that you have seen in shops or even eaten yourself. First clip is just my chickens. And the first variety of vegetable that I'm going to be talking about is a capsicum. So I have this interesting variety of capsicum that is actually striped. It also has interesting leaves. The actual plant leaves have some white on them, which is pretty cool, I think. Like, the plant isn't sick or anything, it's supposed to be like that. And the actual capsicums are striped, which is also pretty cool, I found. It's definitely a bit different to the capsicums you see in stores. And they do ripen, they become red with some striping, but not as much. I think they're much prettier when they're green though, and you can eat them when they're green, they're completely fine. And they actually taste a little bit different to regular store-bought capsicums. They taste a bit like a chili that's not spicy, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made any sense, but they taste a little bit different to normal capsicum in my opinion, and the walls are a bit thinner. The next vegetable that I'm going to be talking about is an eggplant. So you probably have seen big purple eggplants in stores. I think that's the most common variety, but I have actually a few weird varieties of eggplants, but this is the one that I had to show you. The other ones don't have fruits on them right now. So this one is a long white eggplant. I can't remember the exact name, but it is an interesting variety. It tastes pretty much like a regular eggplant, but I really like the plant because the eggplants actually don't go bitter on it. I don't know if in stores it's a problem, but sometimes when you're growing eggplants, if you leave them on the plant for too long, they can go bitter. But these ones, I haven't really had a problem with them in that regard at all. So yeah, that's a pretty cool variety, and they look kind of funny and cute, in my opinion. And the next variety of vegetable I'm going to be talking about, you might have seen depending on your country, or might have never seen. It's a pretty funny looking one. So when you look at it, you might be like, oh, what is this, if you've never seen it before? And it's called a Kalerabi. So actually it is the same species as a cabbage or broccoli. They're all the same species, or Brussels sprouts. And it's just basically like a variety of cabbage or broccoli or kale, which has a big stem. So you actually eat the stem of it, the big bulb part. You can eat the leaves as well, and they are basically kale, but usually it's grown for the bulb, and it's pretty interesting. And I think it's probably my favorite vegetable. It tastes a bit like a stem of a broccoli, so it's pretty fun. I like it. And it has a double use. It has the leaves to use instead of kale as well, which I think is pretty cool. And they're kind of fun and cute and looking, I think. Okay, so the next variety is a strawberry. So actually, why this variety of, I guess this time is a fruit, is interesting is because of its flowers. So if you haven't seen strawberry flowers before, this is what they look like. They're just little white flowers. Sometimes they can be light pink, but usually they're just small white flowers with 5 petals. But my variety of strawberry has more rose-looking flowers, dark pink, bright pink, rose, very many petals type of flower, which I think is really pretty and cool. And you do get a berry at the end still, which I think is great. Like, so you have a decorative flower that looks a bit like a rose, but without the spikes, and also you get a yummy fruit at the end. It's it's a win-win situation. And the next vegetable I'm going to be talking about is actually more of a herb. It's basil. So you probably know what regular basil looks like. It's just green. It has normal looking leaves. But I have one which is actually purple. And I don't think it's too rare, but it is really pretty. And I found it pretty cool. Haven't tried it yet because I just planted it and didn't want to stress it out by taking its leaves. But it looks really cool, and I'm excited to put it into food because I think it will make it look really pretty. I actually have some other varieties of basil as well. The one I am showing right now is a cinnamon basil, and it is really cool. It doesn't look too different. You can see that there's a little bit of color to the leaves, so they're not just green. There's a little bit of purple veins on it. But the cool stuff is actually the taste. So you could probably tell from the name, but cinnamon basil tastes a little bit of like cinnamon. I don't think it tastes exactly like cinnamon, but it definitely tastes a bit different to regular basil. It still has the regular basil taste, I think, but there's also something else to it. I found it really cool and nice, and I think it goes really well in sweet pastries. So like you might have basil bread regularly, usually it's not sweet, but I think this one goes well in like a slightly sweeter bread, and I think it tastes really nice. So the next variety of vegetables that I want to talk about is an onion. So you might have actually seen it. It's just a pickling onion, and it's just like a regular onion but small. It might grow bigger later, but you're really meant to pick it when it's small, and it actually does taste way different when it's smaller. I have never tried a small onion before when it's raw. I've only tried them when they're pickled, and I don't really like them that way as much as when it's raw, actually, because it kind of is more sweet, which is a bit strange. I didn't expect it to be sweet, but it's actually kind of sweet, and it's less, like, it's a bit milder than a regular onion, so you can just put it on top of a sandwich or on a salad, and it's not as harsh as a regular onion might be. And also they're really cute, like the fact that it's a tiny little bulb, but I don't know, I just find it adorable. So for the next variety of vegetable that I'm going to be talking about, I actually have two interesting varieties. So the first one is a cucumber that is round. So it's just like a regular cucumber, but it's more light instead of being green, and it's round. And I think they're kind of cool looking. They tend to be pretty. Mine just is growing on a tiny plant. I don't know how my tiny plant is supporting it, but yeah, the actual cucumber is kind of cool looking, I think, like for that variety. I think it's called like crystal apple or something. And the next variety of cucumber that I want to show you is really cute. I really like that one. They're called cucamelons, and I think they might actually be a slightly different species to regular cucumbers, but they taste pretty much exactly like regular cucumbers to me. And they look like really tiny watermelons, and I find them so cute. They're really nice to cut up into a salad. They're very decorative and cute looking, and they are easier to grow, for me at least, than regular cucumbers, and they're kind of fun. And it has a tiny version of a cucumber flower. They're so tiny and cute. Yeah, I really like this plant. It's just so tiny and cute. So the next variety of vegetable is actually banana, not a vegetable, but I don't have the fruits to show you, but as you can see from the banana plant stems, the stems are kind of red. Regular banana plant stems are more brownish yellowish, and that's because this variety of banana actually makes red bananas. I don't know how they are inside. I think they might be just yellow inside, but the outside is red, which I found pretty cool. Haven't tried them yet, but I am excited to. Apparently they taste a bit different as well. So anyway, those are the varieties of vegetables I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoyed looking at them. It's pretty interesting to see what kind of varieties of vegetables are possible to actually grow in the varieties of vegetables that exist. This is not even like a large fraction of weird varieties of vegetables that I have. I have way more weird varieties. It's just the ones that I had to show you today, and the ones that I remember to show you, which is pretty cool. There's a huge range of things you can grow that you can't really buy in shops. It's pretty fun. And I think one of my favorite things about gardening is actually collecting strange varieties of fruits and vegetables. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you want more gardening videos, leave a comment, because I haven't really uploaded gardening videos before, but I will if there's a demand for them. I don't know if anyone will like it, but yeah. So I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!